Hi, I'm Ben Kokenauer, and I'm going to be talking to you about the construction methods and aspects of design of the first subway in New York City, which is called the Interborough Rapid Transit System. The Interborough Rapid Transit System was awarded Historic Civil Engineering Landmark status by the ASCE because of its groundbreaking construction techniques and design aspects, of which three I'm going to talk about today, including uh, construction aspects and design of the uh, two specific underground tunneling sections, and also continuation of other means of transportation right alongside the construction, like road traffic and the street rail car system. And also, I'm going to finish with the 100% steel construction subway cars, which were the first ever. The two main underground tunneling sections that I'm going to touch on are just the typical underground tunnels, and then also the tunnels that went underneath the Harlem River. The construction of the typical underground tunnels was above ground open excavation, more specifically cut and cover. And then the framing of the tunnel was utilizing steel I-beams for the walls and for the roofing with concrete flooring. And this was a permeable design, so they had to implement waterproofing. And they did this with lining it with felt and hot asphalt and stone, and then another layer of felt to make it completely waterproof. And then electrical conduits were run along the entire length of track, all accessible by manholes. The construction of the Harlem River tunnels is quite different because, well, they were completely submerged underwater, and they were running into mud, silt, and sand mixtures, which made water jets the most feasible excavation technique, which was all done underneath caissons, which made working underwater completely possible under controlled air pressure. And then once the excavation was complete, steel sheet piling was laid into place, which allowed for a temporary support structure. And then this cast iron cylinders were then laid down, one for each track, like you can see on the picture on the left. And those spanned about 641 feet, and they were entirely submerged underwater. The most vital form of transportation at the time was in New York City, for that matter. At the time was the street rail cars, and these functioned right at the middle of the roadway. So it made it tough to build your subway system without interrupting that. And to combat this issue, they decided to excavate from the sides of the roadways and then work their way to the middle underground. And in areas where this wasn't possible, temporary viaducts were actually constructed for these rail cars to continue their day-to-day operations. And this didn't impact car traffic or rail car operation at all. So, transportation in New York City, kept functioning the way it always has been while this major development was being constructed. Before the New York City subway, most rail cars and subway cars were all made of wood with steel underframings. And the goal of the New York City subway was to make a rail car that was, the maximum possible strength while utilizing the least possible weight. And the answer for this was, rather than using wood, to use entirely steel construction, which allowed for the car to be completely fireproof, durable, way stronger, and there were no compromises in weight because these steel rail cars were practically the same weight and same dimensions as the wood rail cars. And these entirely steel rail cars were the first of their kind, really, and led way to the ones that you see today. So to conclude, the New York City subway linked the whole city like never before. And it's been standing the test of time for over 100 years, and that's why it's been awarded Historic Civil Engineering Landmark by the ASCE. Thank you.